of Caravan Stylist Studio. This is the second part of our video series about empowerment, where we will be chatting with some amazing entrepreneurs today. Their vision will really inspire you. They're from Bottled Brooklyn, Catrinka, The Brave Collection, and Hey VINA. Check it out! Caravan Stylist Studio is so excited that we brought together some amazing entrepreneurs today, and they're going to chit chat about their brand and what their mission is behind their brand. So Jessica.
So I'm Jessica Hendricks Yee, and I have a line of jewelry called The Brave Collection. So I taught English in Thailand when I was in school and went over to Cambodia and just fell madly in love with this beautiful Buddhist country, and learned that in the genocide in the 70s, 90% of the artisan community was killed. So I really wanted to do something to collaborate with the creative community over there. And also while I was over there, I learned about human trafficking. And wanted to create a brand that could raise awareness and donations to help empower girls against trafficking. So our signature bracelets say Brave in the Cambodian alphabet. They're all handmade in Cambodia, and then we donate 10% to fight human trafficking.
Nice. Well, my name is Ramses Creasy. I'm the founder and designer of Bottled Brooklyn. We're a small Brooklyn-based design company that makes fun and original lifestyle products. Everything from wooden cooking utensils to tote bags to self-empowering vanity mirrors, which actually is one of our most popular. So the whole point is to splash something positive and empowering across your reflection. So every day when you get ready, you see that and it sinks in, because we all have those moments of self-doubt. We're human. Even coming here on the subway, somebody bumps into you and it makes you mad. And, you can't let it get to you. So, you tell yourself, I'm a superstar, I'm awesome, which is the point. So as you can see, it's a nice reminder. Because you need to be your biggest advocate and love yourself. So that's what we're trying to do.
Yeah, it's good for when you have a bad day sometimes, just to look in that mirror.
Definitely.
You got this.
And you could get them at around New York City in any Ricky's NYC store. So they've been
right around the corner.
Yeah, I mean, they have almost 30 locations around the city. They've been a gigantic advocate for us in helping us spread our message, which is great because we're so small that they've been that supportive. So
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I brought Megan in to have you all meet. We did an awesome event during the holidays with her bag. So yeah, I wanted you to chat with her today too.
Sure, super inspired by the Brave Collection also. Similar story. Catrinka is my brand. It's named for my little girl, a nickname for my little girl. Sitting right over there, maybe she'll join us a little bit. It's an ethical fashion accessories brand that invests in women and girls through financial literacy and empowerment. So we do the investment, come here. We invest in women and girls in three ways. One is women make all of our products ethically. We pay women fairly to make all of our products. We say they're woman-made, a play on man-made. Another is that women sell our products. We have women ambassadors who sell on commission, so it offers a flexible income opportunity to women in the U.S. You can buy them from a Catrinka ambassador and also on Catrinka.com. And the third is, we invest in women for emotional reasons. It obviously connects with me as a woman and as a mom of a little girl, but also in order to have the greatest social impact. So women reinvest twice as much of their income in their families as men do. And if you invest in a woman, you invest in future generations. And so we as a company do that as well, with every purchase donating to the education and financial literacy training for adolescent girls in the places where we work.
So awesome.
That is awesome.
That's amazing.
So I'm Kaylee. I'm here on behalf of VINA. We are a female-focused tech company that creates products to empower and inspire women. So we've recently launched Hey VINA, which is our app for helping women find female friends. It's super lonely when you move to a new city, start a new career, enter a new phase of your life, and without a support network around you, it can be tough to make that call to go forward and pursue your passions. So we wanted to make it easier for women to connect and build that wherever they are. So now we're available in New York City, LA, San Francisco. We just launched Toronto and Chicago, as well as Austin, and we're about to launch a whole another array of cities. And our goal is, so that women everywhere have this easy opportunity to meet other inspiring women.
We love your app, and how do you work it? Like, how do you find it?
So it's super simple. You can log on at heyvina.com and download the app through iTunes. We're available for iOS right now. And so you log in through Facebook, you'll answer a short quiz about yourself, fill out your profile, and then we use a Tinder-style dual opt-in where both women have to say, we would like to meet. So you can swipe right for yes or swipe no for I'll pass. And then when two people are connected, you get a ditto message. And then in your inbox, you can see a quick prompt to go have a coffee or meet up for wine. And we really try and encourage women to get off the app as soon as possible. Get out in real life, meet people, have conversations, feel it out for yourself. Because in-app conversations can be a little bit awkward. So you can get out there and start actually meeting new women.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So, Jessica, when someone is like looking to purchase like a gift or even just something for themselves, like why do you think it's so important for them to look at brands like Brave for that purchase?
Yeah, I mean, when I launched Brave, the goal was really to support the artisan community in Cambodia who's making it, and I think that's such a powerful, just makes such a powerful impact, as I'm sure, same with a lot of other amazing brands, to really be able to support talented artisans who otherwise may not be able to really get their products out into the global marketplace. Mm-hmm. So it's just an incredible, way to really support our global community. But also I think, the word brave is such a universal word that I think is meaningful to so many different people for different reasons. So I think gifting a piece of bravery to somebody in your life is just a really beautiful way to celebrate their courage or, give them comfort in a difficult moment. So it's been cool to kind of see how the pieces have been powerful to women here, not only, women in Cambodia, which was the original intention.
And like the women in Cambodia that are helping make the bracelets, like how do you find them, and like have you heard their stories like after they've gotten involved with your collection? 'Cause I'm sure you've changed some lives too.
It was so funny. I was asking them at the end of the calendar year, how our growth in business had affected their lives, and one of them said, well, so many of us have felt financially stable enough to be able to expand our families. So we had 6 pregnancies this year,
That's awesome.
which is pretty great. So we need a trip to go play with babies in Cambodia. So I think that's been exciting. And when we're able to get press, it's really cool for these women in Cambodia to be able to see something they made, on a model or in a magazine. Really? It's just it makes the world feel so small, when it seems so impossible. And
they feel valuable.
Yeah, as
and that's
they
should, what I hear all the time, that before we were shy and afraid, and now we can speak out. We found our voice. We feel valuable.
That's awesome.
We feel part of a bigger network of women.
Because they are.
For us, the reason I make bags is because of the power of the purse. So often women's work is undervalued. Women work 2/3 of the working hours of the world and earn 10% of the income, which is just crazy globally. Women work, they just don't get paid, and they don't often see it as work or see it as income, or they aren't valued. And often the first thing women will do when they have a real income is get a purse. You get a bag because you have your own money, and that means you can control your own destiny. Maybe you don't have to marry somebody your dad picked out for you when you were 6, which of course you know too much about through the women you work with. So they feel valuable, and they feel like they're contributing and part of a global network of women, which I think gives us strength, and the people who buy our products, can tell that they have the soul of someone who really loved making it. Totally. And I know it gives so much to them as well.
Yeah.
So incredible. Awesome. And then we are super excited here at Caravan because we have an installation of bottled Brooklyn right
Yes.
now, which we'll definitely have to showcase. And it's of the mirrors. And
Yes.
I know one in particular that Valerie and I really liked was The Real Women Aren't Airbrushed. And we're obviously in the glam business here. We're like, you know, doing makeup and hair, but it's so important to us at the end of the day that people can really, you know, feel like they can be themselves and like aren't, you know, afraid of anything about them. You know, they're not, you know, they aren't airbrushed. So
Yeah,
we love this one.
Well, first off, there's nothing against makeup. That should be fun and expressive, you know, and knock yourself out. But in terms of, you know, this saying, for our Real Women Aren't Airbrushed mirror, it's just meant to be a reminder because we're so bombarded with magazine ads and billboards of completely airbrushed people that I think a lot of us forget that that's not normal. You know, I understand why they're doing it, but, you know, when you look in the mirror, if you see a wrinkle, you shouldn't judge yourself. You shouldn't feel bad about yourself. Hopefully it happens because, you know, what's the alternative? It's not good. You know, you want the wrinkle, you know.
And you've gone through the journey of life, so it's almost
Yeah,
like
exactly.
that's how I think about it. And like as I grow older, like instead of hiding, it's like almost like, you know, I learn something every year I'm alive. So that's like the beauty of
Badge
it.
of honor.
Yeah.
It's basically just to, you know, get in your head and say it's okay.
Such an empowering message too. Yeah. And Megan, I know you touched a little bit upon this, but like with Girl Rising, I know that was one of your influences and just how important it is to have an education. I know I saw that documentary and, you know, watched it over and over again because it's so touching. And can you share a little bit about like how that's one of your influences and how important it is really at the end, like how far a woman can go once she has an education?
Absolutely. So the statistic that always speaks to me, and I get chills just thinking about it now, is that a child born to a mother who can read has a 50% less chance of dying before the age of 5. So 6 million kids died last year before the age of 5 around the world. And when I was starting Catrinka, she was 4. She has 2 little brothers now. And you think about that as a mom, how small they are, and the concept of just how prevalent that is. And that you can fix it by teaching a woman to read, which is such a simple thing. Obviously, illiteracy is connected to lots of other social ills, but that is really what education is about. So, if you educate a girl, an educated girl will get married later. She'll have fewer children. Her children will be healthier. She will be healthier. Her children will be more educated. You increase her economic opportunities, which allows her to invest in her own children. It's one of the few things that the entire world believes in and agrees on, which is educating a girl is the single most effective way to reduce poverty, full stop. And Girl Rising, that's really what that movie is about. It's for those who haven't seen it, it's a documentary film. You can find it on girlrising.com about 10 girls from 10 countries and their experiences through having education or not having education. And what the creators of the film do so powerfully is tell stories from different perspectives. And so there is one about child rape, unfortunately. There's one about a squatter family in Calcutta where the father really brings the little girl's world to life and protects her, and it's an extraordinary sort of father-daughter love story. There's one about the Kamlari indentured servants in Nepal and their fight for freedom. So very, very different stories in different parts of the world, but all connected through this theme of how important it is to educate girls. Not just for them, although that is of the utmost importance, but for their future families.
So we were so excited to stumble upon your app because, you know, there's so much in finding friends, and then, you know, it leads to a happier lifestyle when you build those strong relationships. And it's fun, you know, being able to take a class with someone or be able, you know, to try a new, you know, go to a new restaurant with someone. So what are some of the experiences that you're finding that people are doing? I know I've been looking on Instagram and I saw 2 awesome ladies at the Machu Picchu, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, you know.
Well, of course, we're working towards stories like that. We launched in late January, so most of the success stories that we have are women, you know, it's simple. Friendship is a very simple thing, but it has such a strong impact. And so many women are saying, well, we just met up for a coffee, but we realized, you know, we had the same like family background or same like weird niche passion about this. And so we've made a second date and we're going to see each other again. And so many stories where it's just like, I allowed myself to open up to another woman. Rather than viewing her as competition to me, I saw her as my future community. I just let that be my vision, and we became friends. Mm-hmm. And it's something so simple, but so many women look at each other as competition in the marketplace for men or relationships, and it's terrible. We're tearing each other apart, and all we really want is a supportive network. We just want to feel accepted and championed on. So I feel like we're helping start that conversation and change the way women see other women.
So my last question is, you know, the journey of life, you learn so much, like, as you go along. Like, what would you say to, like, younger generations? Like, everyone here is doing something inspiring, and, like, what have you learned through your work to be able to kind of share with, you know, others? Like, maybe it's your, you know, 15-year-old self, maybe it's your 20-year-old self, you know, so what would be some of those messages?
I mean, I think for me, the world has just become a place where you can mix so many different kinds of skills and passions together. So for me to think that I have a job where I get to work in fashion and anti-human trafficking and, you know, international relations in a way, it's just like, it's beyond what I thought was possible. So I think whatever impulses you have or whatever passions you have, to follow them to the fullest, because I think there's you know, there's 100 ways now to be able to use your skills in a completely new way.
Yeah, it's so impressive. So cool. It's awesome.
I would say know who you are and be true to yourself. You know, that's something that takes a while for a lot of people to figure out, especially kids and teens. That's why I think the mirror is so important, because sometimes all it takes is just one person to believe in you and you'll be okay. And sometimes it feels like you don't even have that one person. So, you know, we really want to make at least that one person you. You know, just believe in yourself. So, especially for youth out there, LGBTQ youth, just to have that extra message and say, you know, I'm good enough, I'm okay. And yeah, just believe in yourself. And when you do that, everything will work out.
Absolutely. I would say one thing I really learned from starting my own company is how hard I can work. So if you are thinking about starting your own company, you know, people like to think, oh, that means that your time is flexible. It actually just means that you work all the time. That's probably all of you know. Yep. So make sure it's something you really care about. I mean, the joy of it is that I find this is what I think about at 4 o'clock in the morning, and it's not waking up in a panic because my boss is mad at me. It's, oh, I forgot to send this message to this artisan about how her bag was in Marie Claire and she's going to be thrilled, you know, or whatever it might be. Hopefully it's something positive. It's an extraordinary amount of work, but I think if you know who you are and you know what motivates you every morning, be true to that. Don't be afraid of failure, because you'll have a lot of them. And just know that as long as you learn something from every experience and you keep going and kind of forging ahead, you'll get to where you want to go.
Well, being a part of the youth that we're talking about, I would say that young people are a lot more open to new things and to new people, and I would just encourage maybe older people to be more open to new people. You learn a lot through life, and sometimes you learn to be closed off towards people and not trust people, but we're all wanting to trust more people, and if you allow yourself to be open-minded, people could really surprise you and really inspire you in some way. So
that's awesome. Well, thanks everyone for being part of our video about empowerment and sharing your work with us today.
Thank you.